very stable wildlife populations, and this is despite the 2022 countrywide drought. We have seen that, for instance, and that is very good news, the elephant population increased by about 29%. The buffalo population looks like it has gone down a little bit. And some of the other observations is that logging and charcoal burning increased noticeably. But this is the importance of doing the census, because a lot of information that is critical is then unveiled. So the phase 2 we are launching today covers about 65,000 square kilometers, and it is part of the northern landscape, which is the largest ecosystem outside of protected areas, where wildlife coexists with the communities. Just a few days ago, I was again in the northern region for the Maa Cultural Festival, followed by the 20th anniversary celebration of our Pajeta Conservancy. And so this is my third time in a span of about 10 days, which affirms the importance of this northern landscape in Kenya's tourism and wildlife sector and conservation in general. The uniqueness of this landscape is in the diversity of the ecosystems and species, and also that the local communities here have coexisted harmoniously with nature and wildlife since time immemorial. And the data we get will also inform the inputs we require for tourism, because there is a very close relation between tourism and wildlife. And therefore, this is a very critical and national exercise. We would like to inform Kenyans and communities what we have found, so that we can partner together with communities. We have quite a lot of partners that have supported this exercise, and they were here with us. It is a technical, complex exercise. We are using choppers, we are using other equipment, GPS, we are using a lot of expertise, and I'm happy to note that our teams are adequately trained and resourced to undertake this exercise. Some of the data we will get is the actual number of animals and also the effect of climate change. We had a very severe drought in 2022. We would wish to know what that was, what the effect was. Thereafter, we got very serious flooding, and we want to sort of get a balance sheet of our animals. This information will enable us just get the extent of the climate change towards animals, what are the ecosystem changes, and we are sure that the data will also inform policies. We'll be able to see where the animals are, the extent of human habitat, and the policies and legislation that we have should be fit for purpose to address ecosystem issues, conservation and sustainability, and also the human-wildlife coexistence. And also, to the extent of tourism, we will see, do our tourism destinations still have the kind of wildlife that we have had? And therefore, this is really informative, and it is a very critical exercise. We eagerly await the results. The phase 1 that has just ended gives an indication that we have quite a stable sort of animal population, but we'll wait for the full results in the coming months.
I'd like to laud this as one of the most iconic exercises, and specifically the Laikipia Samburu elephants is very iconic in Africa. It is one of 57 populations of elephants designated for detailed monitoring in Africa. And this landscape is unique because it is not in a protected area entirely like other national parks. And it is where we derive most of the information for management. Four main areas of monitoring that are starting out of all the other populations in Africa. One is the area censuses, like the one we are doing right now. We have been able to monitor this population of elephants since 1972, actually. In the 1970s, the Laikipia Samburu elephants were about 14,000. Due to threats, including poaching, by 1992, we had less than 3,000 elephants. Thanks to the conservation efforts, joint efforts by partners, KWS, WRTI, today the population has increased, and we are talking of figures in the range of 7,800, 8,000 there. It's a very good conservation story for this ecosystem.
That we had census in 2021, and the information we got from Daktari here, most of the objective of the 2021 results in terms of implementations have been undertaken. So it is not just an academic work. It is something, they are the results which are implementable, and we really look forward that immediately we are done with this 2024 census, the outcome and the key objectives will be implemented to ensure that the planning and management of our conservancies are well undertaken.
We have been doing a joint wildlife monitoring in the country, and since 1969, when this institution was established, we have been supporting the institution in terms of implementing a strategic plan for specific animals, like elephant and lion, to mitigate a human-wildlife conflict. In this census, we are supporting them in terms of resources to ensure that at least the northern landscape is fully covered in terms of conducting a census for this program.
Counting wildlife is not like counting human being. It is very sophisticated, so that we avoid total counts, double counts. We have to fly the blocks the same time, so that we are able to map where these animals are in time and space. So very good exercise. We are excited that the partnership from the county, from the community conservancy team, from our partners, we have conservation partners here, Save the Elephants, in the north, Loisaba, Lewa Downs, they are all joined together to know the status of wildlife when this exercise will be over in the next few days.
Wow, nice.
Counting, and when you landed, and that's when you took over and when you started counting, that is lag time, it's called dead time. Now giraffe 5 left. Elephant 5, G4, giraffe, so elephant 43, G5. So giraffe 22. We have Laikipia Samburu, Isiolo, Meru.
And the CS is where we found so many elephants, and we are circling, you saw?
Yes.
And the CS was taking the weapons she was recording, yes, and giving us the waypoints.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I was supposed to give the number.
From here, you are seeing them?
Yeah, I was seeing. So this is what you have done today from the airstrip, and then you go to transect, and you probably saw sightings and useful things, the index. Yeah. So once the data has been matched, has been transcribed and entered, then we can now merge and we can be able to tell where.
So where's the book? The book, where's
Habari zenu?
Elephant, how many? Two. Are they left, right, depending on the type of the aircraft that you're using? So basically, yeah, that is normally the process. Eventually what we do is we bring down the data. This is what is really the GIS data, which is geospatial. We combine it.
In the process of flying when you're using a printer, you can actually
but we really appreciate. Conservation would not be possible by government alone. WWF, for the fuel, for the entire period of time, we really appreciate. So I will call the man who oversights that we find money as a ministry in Parliament.
We are looking very forward to having a very good data set as usual, so that we can keep the pride of the Laikipia Samburu elephant population, not just in Kenya, but in Africa. In this room, not everyone is here.